All right, so I wanted to give out my final thoughts before draft night. We are already hearing reports and rumors going around that the Cardinals are trying to trade back. They're probably going to end up trading that third overall pick. The Texans are looking to take an edge instead of a quarterback with Bryce Young going first overall to the Panthers. The Titans are looking to trade up for a QB. So that's kind of one less wide receiver needy team that could take wide receivers if they're trading up with for a quarterback most likely. But the Giants. First, let's talk about trading up. Let's talk about trading up real quick. I know a lot of people are, starting to really like trading up and the possibility of it. I don't think the Giants are going to trade up. Joe Shane in his last press conference already said that the Giants are, comfortable at 25 and they think they're going to be able to get a player that they do like at pick 25. So I'm gonna trust Joe Shane on that. Now I'm not saying that we couldn't trade up. If we trade up for Jackson Jigba, I'm fine with that. I'm perfectly fine with that. If the Giants want to jump, the Ravens, the Chargers, the Vikings, and possibly even the Seahawks, teams that could have taken a wide receiver ahead of us, then that's a power play move. That's what you do if you want to go get your guy. And we know the Giants, they're interested in some of these wide receivers. They're interested in some of these cornerbacks. So we would see who they would trade up for. Definitely something to watch out for. But for me, who my pick is. It's Jordan Addison. Jordan Addison is my guy. He's my dream pick for tonight. And if he ends up in Giants blue by the end of the night, I'm going to be very, very excited. You saw him yesterday. The reporters are asking him, would you like to be in the big blue? He was smiling ear to ear. Yep, ear to ear. He was grinning from ear to ear, right? He was, he lit up when he was asked the question. He looked like a kid in a candy store. So I'm pretty sure Jordan Addison wants to be in big blue too. So let's see what happens on that end. Looking at corner, it's definitely in play. I know some people might want corner over wide receiver, and I can't blame you for that. If the Giants go Deonte Banks, you won't hear a peep out of me. I will be definitely excited on that, on that end. I like Deonte Banks. I love Joey Porter Jr., who's my, number one player on my board. So if the Giants want to trade up for Joey Porter Jr., I could see that happening. Other positions, we got interior offensive line. John Michael Schmitz, I think, is definitely a possibility if the Giants, if the players that are off the board is the top 4 wide receivers, Zay Flowers, JSN, Quentin Johnston, Jordan Addison. You look at corner, if the top 4 corners are off the board, Deonte Banks, Joey Porter Jr. We already know Christian Gonzalez and Devon Witherspoon are top 15 picks locked, right? So if that happens, if that scenario happens, no Brian Branch is on the board, no Kalijah Kancey, you're looking at Emmanuel Forbes, you're looking at John Michael Schmitz as possible selections at pick 25. I think that would be the worst case scenario, that none of the top 4 wide receivers or top 4 quarterbacks are on the board. But who knows what the Giants board looks like? They might got guys higher than we have guys on our board. So I'm excited on that end. But I think the Giants stand at 25. I think we're going to pick our guy at pick 25, and I just can't wait. I'm excited. I do think the Giants are going to end up making a trade. I do think they're going to end up making a trade in the NFL draft. I think it's going to be between rounds 2 and round 3, right? They're trading up in one of those rounds, or they could end up trading for a veteran player, which Ryan Dunleavy came out a couple weeks ago and said that. What else is there? Quentin Johnston, he's my wide receiver 4. I just want to talk about if he ended up being a Giant. I like him. I'm not the biggest guy on him. I'm not the guy that, has him as wide receiver 1. I think wide receiver 1 is between JSN, Zay Flowers, and Jordan Addison. I might give JSN the edge as of right now. But I like Quentin Johnston. I'm not going to act like he's a bad player. It's just that, he's a boomer bust type of guy. But if the Giants think they can, throw him into this offense with Brian Dable and, Mike Kafka, and they can make him into, his potential self, then I'm fine with that. 6'3", 6'4" wide receiver with good speed, good rackability. Couldn't be mad at that. I'm down for the possibility of taking a defensive tackle. When you look at the past regime that Joe Shane was a part of, I think, they took defensive line in the past 5 drafts. They took Ed Oliver. They took, I think, Gregory Rousseau. Was he a first round pick? I'm not really sure. The Giants took Kayvon Thibodeau last year, so can't rule out defensive line, even though I'm not a big guy on taking an edge rusher. I just don't think the Giants need an edge rusher as much as some other people do. I really don't. You got Azeez Ojulari. You got Kayvon Thibodeau. Let those boys go out there and be the starting guys and let those guys eat together, right? So that's my thoughts on taking an edge. What other position? Linebacker. I know some people like linebacker in a certain scenario. I could see the Giants taking Jack Campbell or Drew Sanders. I like both of those guys. Drew Sanders, that, versatile guy who could play linebacker, but also give you an edge rush presence. I like him a lot. Jack Campbell, solid run defender, decent athlete. You know what I'm saying? Could be that guy that can plug in the run game. But I don't really think linebacker is the position the Giants are going to go. You just paid Bobby Okereke $10 million a year. But I do think the Giants are going to end up taking a linebacker in this draft. I do think they will still go take a linebacker. And in my real, full mock draft, I had a second Dorian Williams in the 3rd round, which I would really like. Pass coverage linebacker out of Tulane. But for tonight, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what the Giants do. I'm excited to see how the board falls. And I hope that Jordan Addison is on the board at pick 25. I'd be fine with Zay Flowers. I love Zay Flowers. Love him. It's between him and Jordan Addison for, my wide receiver 1. They were in that conversation with JSN. Trading up, I think it's a possibility. I don't think it's going to happen. But I think, if they want to jump, those other teams ahead of them to get one of those guys, then you got to do that. But to wrap it all up, this is just a wrap up, giving out the final thoughts, giving out everything I got to say before everything happens tonight. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be unpredictable. Guys are going to fall. Guys are going to go higher than we thought. And I just can't wait to see everybody's reaction on what happens in the NFL draft tonight. So if you're pumped up, leave a like, comment down below your final thoughts, get everything out. Let's discourse down below in the comment section our final thoughts on the draft before tonight. And definitely hit the subscribe button, man. If any reports are coming out about the Giants possibly locking in on a player tonight, we're going to be here to cover it all here on the channel. So you're definitely going to want to be subscribed for that. But you will see me again in my draft reaction night. Will it be good? Will it be bad? We'll see really, really soon. But again, if you enjoyed, leave a like, comment, hit the subscribe button. And until then, it's been your boy Jay Dimes. Love you boys. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the draft tonight. And we are out. Peace.